Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Trip of a Lifetime podcast with me, Celeste. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Giggle. Now, I do realise this is a bit late. This and World Beyond are going to be coming out quite a few weeks after they've actually aired. That's for a variety of reasons. One being the amount of university work I've had, and the other being that I've just been procrastinating, which I do with everything. But before I get started on my review of The Giggle, I do want to quickly mention that I forgot to talk about Wilf in the previous in my Wild Blue Yonder review. It's completely my fault. That's what I get for recording a podcast episode with no notes whatsoever. But I love Wilf. I think he's great. I think Bernard Cribbins was fantastic in the role and as an actor in general, and he will be missed greatly. But I really loved that they managed to fit him in, they managed to record enough that they could honour him, and it was just lovely seeing that character again for one final time. In regards to the Giggle, I really enjoyed it as an episode. I thought it was very good. I thought the performances were phenomenal. I thought Neil Patrick Harris stole the show as the toy maker. He was perfectly cast. David and Catherine were as amazing as they always are. Noble family, we don't see a lot of them, but they're always fun to have around. Kate, I enjoy Kate when she's on the screen. She's never a character that I'm clamouring to come back, but I always enjoy her when she's there. Mel was really great to see her. I think she's the fourth classic companion we've had reprise their role in Doctor Who, after Sarah Jane, Ace and Tegan. I think she's one of the classic companions I'm least familiar with. I mean, I haven't seen very much Classic Who at all, really, but she was the companion to the 6th and 7th Doctors, but even at the time she wasn't characterised very well. She didn't have much of a personality to her character. It's really been Big Finish, and the novels, and hopefully now Russell's new series that have actually fleshed her out as a character and made her a fan favourite. So it's amazing to see Bonnie Langford back. I'm really excited to see her with 15 in the next series, along with Ruby as well. Shirley was great, Shirley Ann Bingham. It was lovely to see her. I do still think I haven't got quite enough sense of her character to say that I absolutely love her, but I think in the same way that, with the Paternoster Gang, or with the with Osgood or Nardole, where we see them first in one adventure, and we like them, but we don't really get to know them very well, and it's later on when they're expanded upon and we get more appearances, more time with them, that they really become fan favourites. So I do think the fans are going to love her. I do think I will grow to love her character a lot when we see more of her, because I doubt this will be her last appearance. I really loved how creepy the puppets were. I still think, personally, that World Blue Yonder was scarier, at least for me, and what I'm afraid of. But I do think most people are going to disagree with me on that. Although I do think Russell was maybe exaggerating a bit when he called it the scariest Doctor Who episode ever. It wasn't that scary. I'm sorry, it was creepy, yes. But I was not getting the urge to climb off the sofa. I loved seeing Stooky Bill and John Logie Baird in historical context. I love it when Doctor Who narrows in on an historical event and then creates a story out of it. Like, I love it. I love that. So that was a lot of fun. I'm going to be honest, the final scene, well, not the final scene, but the final confrontation between the Toymaker and 14 and 15, I didn't love all that much. I thought it was a bit anticlimactic. Like, cause, like, Toymaker is supposed to be one of the most fearsome Doctor Who villains ever. And it just, something that most Time Lords are deathly afraid of. And it's just, he got defeated by a ball game. Is that it? Like, I get that it's part of his thing, but I just know, it just felt so, I mean, it felt in character, and I enjoyed it, but a part of me just thinks it feels a little anticlimactic, so, and again, I know that's an unpopular opinion. That whole scene with the Toymaker and the puppet show where he's showing all the previous companions was brutal, and I love it. I love those little references back to Amy, Clara, and Bill. Like, I love that. That was great. I think, let's get over By Generation. I quite like the concept. I think the way I think it's quite interesting. And I feel like, given that this new series is going to be series 1, not series 14, and that this Doctor is going to be like, it's going to be a new start, like, the church on Ruby Road is supposed to be like the new Rose in terms of the new pirate episode, so people could jump on here. I do think kind of cutting off the Doctor's trauma in a way, like having the Doctor now be able to go forward without being as weighed down by previous seasons as he has been, I think is a good call. And I like that the 14th Doctor is now able to settle down with Donna and her family. Like, that was nice, that was cute. What I don't like is the implication. What I don't like is what Russell's been saying on the commentary about how he now thinks that every Doctor bi-generated, and so there's alternate universe versions, variants, if you like, of the Doctor running around with all of his different faces, all their different faces, I should say. Because, like, that's what Big Finish is for. That's what the novels and the comics are for. I don't need that in spin-off series. Like, don't get me wrong, I want Doctor Who spin-off series, but not with the Doctor. I want stuff focusing on companions, focusing on the Master, focusing on, even stuff like Coal Hill School. Like, I liked Class. I know I'm in the minority there, but, like, even bringing in new characters, that would be a lot of fun. Like, just not the Doctor. Like, the only exceptions I would consider are the 8th Doctor and the Fugitive Doctor, because I think Paul McGann and Joe Martin deserve at least a limited series on the screen, because they're phenomenal actors. I just don't want an 11th Doctor, a series with an alternate 11th Doctor whilst this current season is going on. And I know I'd singled Matt out, I'm sorry, but, like, like, for example, because I think it will really detract away from the current Doctor, and also it would risk us getting a bit oversaturated with Doctor Who content, like with the MCU and what's happening there at the moment, like where we've got so much stuff with so many characters that it's just like it gets overwhelming, and also then it starts becoming quantity over quality, which is not what we want. But, like, the actual concept of bi-generation I don't hate, and also I even quite like it. And also Russell's saying about all the other Doctors bi-generating is technically still a headcanon at the moment, until he or a future showrunner decide to make it canon. I do think that has kind of impacted my rating of the episode, which some people might argue is a bit unfair. But like, I always have to take in and consider the context. I can't just divorce it from everything else going on. So I'm I forgot about, hold on, before I get to rating the episode, I forgot to talk about the 15th Doctor. Ncuti is great. I love him. I think he's going to be fantastic. He's not. I think he's going to be a Doctor that I gravitate towards quite quickly. Although I don't think I'll be able to say fully how highly he rates in terms of my favourite Doctors until his entire era is over and like have the full context of everything. But, you know, he's great. And I'm very excited to see the Christmas episode, which is actually coming out in 3 days as of recording this, because, as I said, I'm a bit late to doing this. So, in terms of my review, I'm going to rate this an 8.5 out of 10, which some people might say is a bit harsh, but like I'm very stingy with giving out 9s and 10s. Like I'll give out 7s and 8s constantly. I'll give out 6s and 7s constantly. I'll give out 8s fairly regularly, but it has to be genuinely some of the best things I've ever watched to get higher than an 8.5, and I don't think the Giggle is that. Like, I feel like if we'd had 3 episodes with the Toymaker, if this had been the 3-parter, if this had been given the Utopia Sound the Drums Lost the Time Lords treatment, then I'd probably be able to give it a 9 or a 10, but it's not quite. It just felt, for how big and how major of a villain the Toymaker is supposed to be, it just felt very quick. But no, I really enjoyed it, and if this is the standard of Doctor Who is going to be, then I think we're very lucky, honestly. So, yeah, that's all I've got time for today. Thank you for listening. And I'll hope to see you soon. Bye.